Okay, Taurus, this is for you for the week of September 22nd, or when you hear it and when it resonates. It might be Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or with a lot of Taurus in your chart. So here's the thing. The first thing that I saw was you with a straw hat on. I thought, okay, well, that's good. And then it's like you took the hat off and you were looking at some other hats and you're going, oh, why bother? And then you do pick up another hat, but it's also straw. It's a slightly different style, but it's still straw. And so then you wear that for a bit and then you put it down. And it's like, oh, why bother? They're all straw. They're all the same. But in fact, what Spirit is saying is when you put a hat on and then you put it down and you go, oh, why bother? The choice, you are making a choice, a non-choice, or choosing to not make a choice is a choice. And what they're saying here is this. Part of the reason that you keep going, why bother, is because every time you put on a hat, the essential nature of what it is the same. And so if a hat is going to be a role that you're taking, a job that you're doing, an attitude, an identity, if you keep choosing ones that are essentially made of the same stuff, it's not going to be exciting. If you're looking for something new, it's not going to be exciting. And even if you're not consciously looking for something new, you are going to get kind of like flat about it after a while. So what they're saying is this. Can you imagine putting on a French beret instead of a straw hat? Can you imagine doing something completely out of line with what you're doing now? Just can you imagine it? Not don't go out and do it, but can you please imagine it and take a chance that this could lead you to something unexpected and wonderful? Now, what they're saying is also that sometimes the reason that you just keep choosing a very similar hat or a hat made of the same stuff is because there is a certain tendency to, I think she's coming, a certain tendency to reach a point where you don't imagine going any further, because whether you're conscious of it or not, there's an energy in you that is going, I'm hitting a wall, because anything beyond this wall is going to be the same as what it was. And what it was didn't work out for me in a way that I wanted. And what's the point in trying? Why put on a new hat? Well, the point is, if you put on a new hat, not made of straw again, but now a felt beret, or maybe, a fascinator with feathers and all sorts of other interesting things on it, you are going to be, by virtue of doing that, by virtue of imagining what that might be, what that could be, you start breaking through that wall, or you start identifying what's in that wall that's stopping you from actually choosing something different, taking a chance on choosing something different. Because once you break that wall, or once you really come up and identify what that wall is, that's the cat. Identify what that wall is, then you get to understand what is unconsciously holding you back from more, from different, and holding you kind of in a stasis, kind of like a holding pattern that you haven't really identified yet. And so it doesn't mean that you might still decide, you know what, the straw hat was really, really good and I actually want it. But then if you do stay where you are, it's going to be with a new awareness. It's not going to be with a sense of unconscious restriction or holding back. What it's going to do is it's going to help you break through any sense of apathy. Sometimes you might be finding Sometimes you might be finding yourself feeling just kind of leaning into lethargy almost. Not necessarily depressed, but just like, is that all there is? Kind of an attitude. And sometimes it might be, yeah, this is fine. But fine, just fine. She's being, must be the moon. She's being all over the place the last couple of days. You're being asked to, within this context, to really take a chance that things can be different in wonderful ways that you haven't yet imagined. And that you're being encouraged to start saying yes to things. Now, this card that I pull, the Say Yes card as an awareness activity, is today, say yes, thank you to everything harmless or beneficial that anyone offers you, even if you don't need it or want it. You can pass it along to someone else or graciously take a rain check. Is it a compliment? Say yes, thank you, and then soak it in. So within the context of what they're saying about you and your hats, what I would say is this. If it's about being stuck with the kind of bleh, beige straw hat, not that all straw hats are boring, but the repetitive nature of just always putting on a similar hat, part of what you may notice is unconsciously you're saying no to a lot of different things. So for me, this is about the saying yes would be, yes, I will put on a French beret. Yes, I will put on a turban. Yes, I will put on whatever. And just to start exploring what those are. Now, of course, if we look at it in terms of practical, concrete things, can you imagine yourself being a torch singer in a beautiful bar on a tropical beach? Can you imagine yourself married with somebody who shares your values and thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced bread as you do them? Can you allow yourself to go, oh my goodness, God is head over heels in love with me? No matter what I do, I can have anything that I would like. There is nothing stopping me except I keep putting on the same hat. Let's try putting on another hat. Now, in practical life, this might mean also just saying yes to going out more, saying yes to different behaviors, changing routines, anything that is going to be expanding you beyond what is familiar, as long as it's, like we want it to be safe. We don't want you to be going, into dangerous situations, but we're talking about it in a healthy kind of way. All right, and you get risk success and do it big. Taurus, you can have such wonderful things in your life. And if you've been feeling like you want more, this is the way. This is the way Spirit is saying to do it. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, and I wish you all the best. Much love. Take care.